Howdy, beautiful people. It's Spencer Wood, the real estate cowboy. As always, we got Mr. Stump, we got Mr. Chili with us on site today in Edmunds, Maine, an unorganized territory in Washington County, close, about 30 minutes away from Lebec and the Canadian border in that direction, about 40 minutes away from Calais and the Canadian border up that direction, and about 40 minutes away from Machias, which is the down east hub of Washington County. They'll have, hospital, all that sort of stuff. Lebec, Calais both have all the sort of grocery stores and amenities that you may need. And we're sitting on a 2-acre lot here, lot 2.2 in the Edmunds Township off the Belleau Road, a publicly maintained paved road with power up above. This is going to be a great spot for somebody that's looking for an affordable waterfront lot. We're going to have 285 feet of water frontage out here on Dennys Bay. This is a saltwater bay out in front of us, a tidal area as well. Even during low tide though, there's still a good amount of water out in the channel there. So we'll get down there and show you that in a minute. But what you're looking at here is what I would consider to be a really great start to a potential house lot here. Can easily put a nice modular or a trailer or a home or whatever you're trying to do out here. And you can already get the idea of the driveway kind of coming off of the Belleau Road here. Opening this up, the water's down here and it gradually kind of goes downhill here. So if you clean this up close to the road with power and all that sort of stuff, you'll have an amazing view of the bay down there and be able to save yourself a little bit of money on bringing in power and road material and that sort of stuff. Got a couple crabapple trees right here in front of us, so those are pretty cool. Back in the day, there are some remnants down towards the bottom of the property here of an old cabin or a barn or something like that. Seller doesn't know too much about the history of the property, but looks like there was an old homestead or something here with the apple trees, the remnants down there. And obviously being down here on Dennys Bay is a really, really beautiful bay right here. Dennysville is essentially the closest town, only a couple miles away. You're right down the road from gas station and all that sort of stuff. So you're out here, but you're not really that far out here. So what we'll do is we'll walk around a little bit through the woods here. You can kind of see it's a mixed wood lot, some predominant hardwood. There's some nice oak out here, but there's also some hemlock that are kind of commanding through the lot. You can start to see a little bit of the water down there, which is what I was saying. Imagine if you just cut a lot of this down here, you'd have a really awesome view looking down onto Dennys Bay there and into your 285 feet of water frontage. So before I run out of breath here, let's get into the woods. We'll start walking down to the water and we'll share a couple other things on the way. So we're about midway down the property right here. We're gonna take a second to kind of show you a couple things. So there's been some blowdown through here that needs to be cleaned up. Like I said, I would smoke a lot of this standing timber here, get rid of it. Your view would be amazing looking down onto Dennys Bay. You can also see the remnants of what I was trying to figure out, what it is. I thought it may have been like an old bus or something like that, but there's no motor or tires or anything that I see. So I'm not exactly sure what it is, but there's remnants of something here right behind me that was on the property at some point in time. And, it's there. So probably have to get that cleaned up a little bit. It's honestly not too bad. It's some wood. You could pretty much cut all this, have a bonfire, and that would be gone. But that's on the property there. A little bit of blowdown here, as you can see. A lot of really young, growth in here that when cleaned up would really show off some of these larger mature trees. And Chili found the bay, that's for sure. And give you a better view and really have a nice feel and touch to the property here. Not exactly an agile walk into the water here, but what it does do is set you up really nice to be up above the water and have a really tremendous view looking down into Dennys Bay. Right now we're sitting pretty close to high tide. Water's looking pretty high. So there's that, and we'll kind of walk around this way a little bit more into the property. Another fun couple things about the area here. So at the end of the Belleau Road, literally, I don't even know if it's a mile that way, there is Sue's Cobscook Bay Cafe at the end of the road. So really fun spot to be able to go down, grab a sandwich, grab a coffee, something like that, and have some, little routine going down there. So some nice amenities somewhat close by here. you can start really seeing the bay. Tide's coming down, I think, right now, but we're pretty much at high tide. So we'll try to walk down here, give you guys a little bit better of a view of the water here. But as you can see, it's got a little bit of a pitch to it. You got to be careful walking down here. But obviously with a little bit of little work, you'll be able to get a nice path. Well, it looks like there's even a nicer path right over here. So follow us down to the water. So we've made it down to your 270 feet of owned waterfront here on Dennys Bay. As you can see, tide's going out a little bit. High tide comes up right about to where the trees are here. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's a really nice spot to come hang out. Could definitely do some fishing down here. Could definitely do some kayaking, some canoeing around, anything like that. It's gorgeous views out here. We're looking pretty much in a direct east position. So you're gonna be getting some really nice sunrises here as well. And you definitely got some great access to get out into the great outdoors in the bold coast of Maine. All right, we're about midway up the property now. We just came off of Dennys Bay down at the waterfront, that 270 feet of owned waterfront down there. We're sitting in about the middle of the property. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We appreciate you guys' support. And for the goods on this property, we are looking at an asking price of $53,500 for 2 acres with power and a maintained road with 270 feet of saltwater bay frontage here. And we're looking at a really awesome ability to put in a great view looking down onto the water here. Only one neighbor across the road. We'll kind of flash the camera towards that way so you can see that, but no neighbors left or right here. So really quiet, really private for it being on a publicly maintained road. And Dennysville and Edmunds Township, this whole area here, pretty quiet area. It's kind of on the way in between Machias, Lebec, Calais, all of that. So we'll keep working our way up to the top. We'll recap everything one more time when we get up there, and we'll say our goodbyes. So we're pretty much up at the Belliah Road, but coming up from Dennys Bay here, noticed this is definitely the old road that they were using to get down to that site that we showed earlier. For sure, you know, it has a nice gravel surface to it. All it would take would be some clearing out and you'd have a nice road going all the way down towards Dennys Bay, whether you want to build or just have a place to go down and kind of tuck off of the road, check out the water. Alrighty, beautiful people, it's that time in the tour where we're gonna say goodbye. A quick recap of today's property. We are on the Belliah Road in Edmunds Township, Maine in Washington County. We got 285 feet of paved, publicly maintained road front here. We got a 2 acre lot with 270 feet of owned waterfront on Dennys Bay. We're sitting about 2 hours away from Bangor, Maine and the International Airport. You're about 30-40 minutes away from Calais and Lebec, both those Canadian border crossing towns. And you're about 40 minutes away from Machias, which is that down east hub area. We got 2 acres here. It shows remnants of an old homestead or something close to, because there's some apple trees on the property. There's an old road that's going down in there, down towards Dennys Bay. So really cool opportunity to kind of restore this property, if you will. We got an asking price of $53,500 with annual property taxes just over $500 a year. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know what to do. Call the cowboy. Other than that, we'll see you on down the road at the next one. Giddy up.